Not going to make a noise? Okay. Oh, fuck. I just took the breath. Fantastic. Now you ready?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, the award-winning Nintendo podcast on the 8-Bit Collective, and the doors to episode 91 are open. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and joining me this week, of course, as always, is my best buddy, Bryce DeWitt.
Oh, I mean, if I'm not here, then you've not got a show.
Yeah, I know.
I'm half of it.
It's true.
Maybe not on the development side, but
Development side. Yeah.
you're the one that does the editing.
The fun part. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's.
You're the one with all the Twitter accounts.
I'm like Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to start the show, Bryce. Recently, you gave your old 3DS to your daughter.
Yes.
So first consoles. Let's tell us a bit about that. I reckon that's pretty sweet. We'll talk a bit about it over Messenger.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So, as a fair bit of people who follow me on Twitter would know,
Ivy Revan.
Yeah, Ivy Revan. My daughter loves Kirby's Adventure, and I thought about it. I'm like, wait. The 3DS has Kirby's Adventure on it, the 3D Classics. So, You know what? I set it up for her and gave it to her because it's been sitting in a drawer for years. And
your old one.
Yeah, my old one.
What was wrong with it? There was something wrong with the hinge or something.
No, not the hinge. That 3DS has had a caved-in wireless switch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
for most of its life.
So that doesn't matter. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. And I mean, it can still go online because it's caved in on.
Okay.
But yeah, not like she needs to do that or anything. So yeah.
All the online services will be shut down by the time she's interested anyway. Probably. After all the games like this week that are shut down after it's like a couple of years.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
So what games have you set up for her on
there? Kirby's Adventure. New Super Mario Bros. 2, Mario Kart 7, Smash, I think. Because she dabbles in Smash. And I'm missing something. Minish Cap or something.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Through the power of some little things.
Some tinkering.
Yeah. All stuff that I own, of course, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that was all?
I think so, yeah, because it's still got the original SD card in it that I had when I originally bought the thing, so it was like 4 gig.
Yeah.
Not very big at all. Yeah. So it was just sort of the matter of getting it all set up and ready for her and making sure that there was nothing that she could really get into that.
Yeah, because you were saying like it's important to have for her to have her own console, so she doesn't grow up just with everything that's game related being daddy's.
Yeah.
So then she can sort of be a part of it rather than just think it's something you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she's interested in it. She's like, "Oh, it's daddy's game. It's daddy's game," sort of thing. And I'm like, yes, it is. But it's just sort of a case of like I want to grow up with my kids sharing that sort of experience of video games with me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not forcing it upon them. They kind of just come to it themselves. So I just said, you know what? Here you go. Here's my old 3DS, and you can use that. And she walks around with it and tinkers with it.
Yeah, because you never know. You never know what your kids are going to gravitate towards. Like,
no.
Yeah.
But I still want them to enjoy video games in the aspect that, like, if we sit down and play a video game, then they can enjoy it. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. And Evie seems generally interested, so
yeah,
why not? It doesn't have to be like their main source of entertainment, but I'd like them to know how to play a video game and, do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Apart from that, how's your week been? What have you been up to? I haven't seen you apart from when you rocked up at work last night.
Yeah. Busted fridge. That's Pretty much. Busted fridge. That's pretty much the one thing that's on my mind because it means more money. Yay. Mm-hmm. Yay. Busted fridges are fun. But no, I've had a pretty silent week. I have somebody that I typically spend a lot of time playing games online with in my spare time. Yeah. And he's gone for a wedding, so haven't really done much at all this week. Usually I just sit down and play some Apex or something like that. I did draw a little bit, which still needs some work, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. No, it looked good from what the pictures you sent me.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I was supposed to get into it a little bit more last night. Ended up falling asleep on the couch with my phone next to a half-full can of Coke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the couch. So good thing I didn't knock it over or all over the phone because I wouldn't have woken up for that.
Yeah, whenever you get a phone call, you put it up to your face, just it sticks to your face, and you can't get it off. I'm
more worried about the thing breaking. $1,000 phones. Phones aren't cheap now.
They're waterproof now, though, aren't they?
They're waterproof. I wouldn't say they're sugar and acids proof. You know. Yeah. So but yeah, no. I was supposed to draw last night, but I ended up falling asleep watching Darling in the Franxx. So yeah, really need to finish it. I'm close. Close. Yeah. I need to talk anime on a podcast somewhere. That would be nice. So if you're interested,
if anyone's got an anime podcast with White Bryce, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, because the thing is, it's like I'm a very simulcast type of person. I like watching simulcasts, so week by week releases and stuff like that. Yeah, because I find it's the best way to schedule anime for me. I don't spend too much time trying to catch up and going, next episode. Oh, now I need to stay up and watch this episode and then sort of go on. And I mean, I am going back and watching things that are completed. Yeah,
it's a bit more of an event. Sit down and watch it.
Yeah. Because otherwise I don't watch anime because it draws me into the point where I'm just like, I'm watching too many episodes and then going to bed at a stupid amount of time. And stupid time in general.
Stupid amount of time.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like,
it's 12 hours into the night.
Yeah. Whereas like, I think... Darling in the Franxx is the only thing that's not simulcast and I'm actually watching at the moment.
Yeah.
And I've been very slowly chugging through that, telling myself, don't overexert and binge watch and all that stuff.
Yeah. So. Well, if they bring a game to the Switch, you can you can talk about it.
I just want Crunchyroll on the Switch. Then I wouldn't have to complain. I could just sit in bed and watch... Yeah, that stuff.
There's a YouTube app, so you can talk about YouTube, but you can't talk about anime because there's no anime app on there.
It bugs me because now that VRV is a thing, I'm not even sure we'll get a dedicated Crunchyroll app on the Switch. We'll probably just get VRV, but VRV is not available in Australia.
What is VRV? I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay, so I only learned about VRV when it first came out in America because I have a shit ton of American friends that are like, hey. But like you pay $5 like you would Crunchyroll, but you get multiple networks, so...
Okay,
you know, like Crunchyroll, K-pop TV stuff, and Mad Men, I think, and then like a whole bunch of stuff. It's like seven or 8 different networks.
Kind of like what Foxtel does with like
sort of
their channels, yeah.
Yeah, but you only pay the one flat price in America of like $5 or something.
So like 20 here.
Oh yeah, probably more like. Probably more like 10 or something like that. But because of that, I'm not sure Crunchyroll will get a dedicated app. I think it'll probably be left down to Verve, as most people call it, is Verve. And that kind of sucks because until we get VRV here.
Are you interested in watching stuff on your Switch though?
Yeah.
Even with YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube, and my Switch just isn't the place I really use it.
Well, but the thing is you've got an iPad, you've got laptops and stuff like that. I don't have a laptop in my home anymore. I've got a tablet, but to be honest,
I mean, to be fair,
Switch is just really convenient, I guess.
To be fair, I don't use my iPad pretty much at all anymore. It's just been like on my phone.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like if you want to, yeah. And I mean, on my phone, it's a small screen and all that stuff, and I can sit down and watch something that I really want to watch. If I'm really desperate to watch it, I'll sit down and watch it in bed on my phone, but I prefer to have a bigger screen, even if it's just the Switch's size.
Yeah.
And like, I like having video apps on the console itself. I have video apps on all my consoles, regardless of what they are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and when I say that, I mean all of them, like Stan, Netflix, Crunchyroll.
Oh, well, choice is good, but...
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying... Yeah, I don't like. I wanted YouTube, but the amount of time I actually use it, isn't that much.
And especially, well, here's the other thing as well, and especially the way video services are going, the Switch would be really good for it because you can on mobile platforms you can download episodes of stuff, you know, to your phone.
Yeah.
And then watch it offline. So like on Netflix or even just YouTube, you know, with YouTube Red, as long as you're paying the subscription fee, you could download stuff and watch it later offline. That would be great for the Switch. And I'd love to see Crunchyroll with that kind of functionality on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because then I'd download a season of something, granted I've got enough room on my card, and then take it with me and watch it.
That's the problem. Like a lot of people have that many Switch games, it's kind of hard to keep the room on your Switch free.
I mean, I get that, but like, I'm one of those people with a small card at the moment myself. But if something like that came to the platform, I would go find the highest card possible, buy it, and put it in.
Delete Smash Brothers.
No, not that far. But yeah, just it's something to consider, I guess. I feel like the Switch is I don't see the point of doing it on just a normal console, but on a Switch, that'd be great. And carting around more than one device that has a screen that large, so like carting around a tablet, a Switch as well. I'd rather it all just in one place, and on the Switch that would be great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Video apps, in my opinion, are... I mean, they've got Hulu and YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, that's all.
And I mean, Hulu we don't get here either. So,
don't we? Do we not get Hulu?
Pretty sure we don't.
I've never actually looked into it, but...
Nope. I've tried to use Hulu before, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if the situation's changed, but it's not on our store, so I'm going to say, no, it's not available.
Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah, if it's not on the store. I never actually looked for it. I just hear, like... Every now and again, there's like, oh, there's this show that's exclusive to Hulu. It's, oh, that sounds interesting, but apart from that, never think about it.
No.
As far as my week goes, it's been a pretty eye-opening week for me. This time of year, this is like the time of year where life just becomes like a big grind, really. At the moment, pretty much flat out just doing crutching and that. And for those of you who don't know what crutching is, it's basically... it's like you use the handpiece, but you use the shear, but you take the wool off around the sheep's bum so it doesn't get all pooey in that and it doesn't attract flies. Yeah. Pretty dirty job, but it pays well, so that's why I do it. But I had a real scare last Monday when this podcast goes up. So we're doing these really heavy U's, and we're on the crutching trailer, so that's basically a trailer that backs into sheep yards, and the sheep run up a ramp into that, and you tip them out, put them in position, and crutch them. Yep. I was at the end stand, and the guy in the middle, he was wrestling with this big U, and it's kicking in that, and it kicked his handpiece, and it flew through the air. It missed my head by about, I don't know, say 10 centimeters. I don't really know, but it almost hit me in the head, and it just wedged into the wall. Oh. And what was really frightening about it was that if I was in my normal spot, it would have got me in the eye.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Because I was back a bit further for whatever reason it was. It might have been a light of sheep or whatever, so I went, just did a big pull and got back further. But yeah, like I was just looking at this handpiece stuck in the wall, and I got it and like pulled it out. But like it shows you how quick your life can just change in the blink of an eye.
Oh yeah,
without no pun intended. But like worst case, like best case scenario, if that hit me, it would have been like a huge scar on my cheek. Like worst case, in the eye, in the side of the neck. Like fuck me.
Just like I was reading today, a childhood friend that was around here, he got his hand stuck in like a meat grinder and completely crushed his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God,
Jesus! Like just yeah. So I'm not going to complain about being tired or whatever, but
God, that's frightening.
It is frightening, yeah.
Oh.
It just shows you how quick things can change.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It could be the simplest job in the world, but if there's one dangerous thing involved,
Well, I don't even know how it happened. It must have just like got under its leg and flicked it just perfectly. Yeah,
you must have good karma then.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. You should have bought a lottery ticket. I'm like, nah, no point. I've used all my luck this week.
Yeah, well, holy crap. Well, glad you're not missing an eye, my friend.
Yeah,
I have to start calling you Nick Fury otherwise.
No Thanks. All right, let's actually talk some Nintendo. So, did you see all the Labo VR stuff? How they're introducing patches into Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild to enable the VR mode?
Yeah.
What do you think of this, Bryce? Is this?
I don't really care about the Mario Odyssey stuff, but the experience of viewing Breath of the Wild in VR would be pretty damn cool. The Mario Odyssey stuff's kind of just like, hey, here's some mini games in VR for you to tackle.
Mm. See, I'm probably the other way around, to be honest. Like Mario Odyssey, they've sort of made it for a VR mode, whereas Breath of the Wild, it looks like it's just the game in VR.
I'd still like to play that.
Yeah, I'd like to play it too. Does this make you say, "Hey, I might actually want to pick up one of these Labo headsets"?
I could be convinced, but I don't want. The thing is I looked up the pricings of the pre-order and all that bullshit for Labo VR, and it's like $120,
mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of like, I don't want to pay $120 for cardboard. Can I cardboard and what I assume would be a game cartridge?
Yeah.
Can I just forego the game cartridge, please? Buy the headset, cut down the costs. I don't care about the added included games. I just want it for the games that eventually add that kind of support, and I can just, check it out.
Mm.
I mean, it's not like...
I agree with that, but...
It's not like we're going to see fucking Beat Saber on the Switch.
With cardboard.
The way it was designed, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no way, no.
No way in hell. You have to hold the goddamn console to your face.
Mm.
Like, there's no way around that.
See, I haven't had that much experience with VR. PlayStation VR is something I'm always looking at. When it comes on sale for $300, I'm always like, oh, that looks good. And even with the recent State of Play, they showed off a lot of VR games in that State of Play.
Yep.
And I'm very tempted to get it, but every time it comes down to $300, and it's VR is one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't really need it that much.
Yep.
So you try and hold off.
Yep.
And what puts me off PlayStation VR the most would be like, oh, I have to either buy the Move controllers for $120, which is ridiculous in 2019, or I can go on eBay and I can get them real cheap or whatever. But that's an extra step.
Yeah.
And in America, they do have the bundles with the Move controllers.
It confuses me to no end why they don't just have the goddamn controllers in a bundle with the goddamn thing.
They do in America.
Yeah, but not here.
Yeah, no.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, that's really dumb.
So that's why I haven't got invested into PSVR.
Right.
And especially now it's that late, the PS4's life. We're going to be seeing probably a new headset next year, maybe with a new console. Who knows?
Yep.
But with the Labo VR, I'm interested in trying it. It doesn't look like it won't be like a mind blowing experience or anything.
No,
I think it'll be a bit of fun. But say you're paying that $120 for the VR kit, I'm going to get no entertainment out of building it. In fact, I'm going to get minus entertainment from building it.
Yeah.
This time of the year, this happened with me last year. I think it came out this time last year.
Around the same time, yeah.
Yeah, and like I get home from work, I do not want to be folding cardboard to like make little bugs vibrate around my floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd like to maybe spend $30, get the cardboard, get the lenses, and just try Zelda and Mario, and that's it.
Right.
Especially like with $120, that's a third of a PSVR on a good deal. Yep. Which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but like here's my stance on VR, right? Like with the Switch, at least, if you're gonna offer these things in older games or whatever it may be, sell the headset separately, please. Don't bundle it with the game. I don't care.
I was under the impression you could get just the goggles by themselves.
I have not been able to see that,
but obviously not.
I don't think so. I have not seen it anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you can, I hope it's not like $80. 60 would be fine.
Because it would be good just to pick it up with no software because you're not interested in, say, the mini games or the other stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, the other stance in VR is that if you really want to invest in VR, my personal opinion is don't go the short end.
Okay. What we have here, Bryce, we have... Okay. There is a second pack. It's a Nintendo Labo VR kit starter set and blaster. So it comes with the gun and the goggles, and it is $60 Australian.
Okay, that's okay. I'll deal with that. I'll buy that.
And it does come with software that
uses the blaster.
Uses the blaster and the goggles.
Okay, and that's good. That's fine. I can deal with that. $60, that's all right. I will probably pick it up for that. But the actual VR kit, I will not even bother. Because I just want it for the Breath of the Wild experience and maybe some other shit that they do with it down the line. I don't want the extra.
I really would like to get the bird, though. I'll get a lot of enjoyment putting that bird up to my face.
Because it's memeable.
Yeah.
But anyway, that aside, if you're investing in VR, in my opinion, the only reason you should invest in VR to get your value's worth of money is getting a Vive or an Oculus and doing the full experience. Because the problem with VR is, especially on the PlayStation side of it, there is more stuff coming out for VR and it has PlayStation exclusive stuff. Mm-hmm. But on PC, development for VR isn't always thing.
Yeah, for sure.
People are always making shit in VR, and then, you've got stuff like VR chat, and Beat Saber was originally on there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everything's getting a VR experience on PC. People are making just simple shit like, hey, you can do a draw around your room with this VR. I just feel like, especially with the way PlayStation marketed VR, and I'm perfectly okay with people enjoying it the way it is, but you and I already had our our frustrations, our problems with the Move controllers as it was, and that enough alone turns me off PSVR. It may be a cheaper alternative if you're looking to get into VR, in my opinion.
Well, it's a much cheaper one. That's where the draw comes from.
Well,
and for example, you would be able to run...
How much is it not on sale? What is its base price? 400?
I'll look it up. It's about 400. It came out at 550. It's gone down since.
550 at that time. 550 would get you the same starter kit, but for no, it wouldn't. It would get you.
I don't know about Oculus, but it wouldn't get you anywhere near a Vive.
Right.
Okay, so you get the PlayStation VR with the camera and VR Worlds for 120 full price. That's full price. And so if you wait for sales which happened, I saw there's a manager's special at EB Games for $300 not long ago. So you can get it, and you can get a pre-owned one for $250. But getting a pre-owned helmet,
pre-owned goggles stuck to your face. Quick way to get pink eye, by the way.
It's like trying these things at conventions.
Yeah, how quick can I get pink eye? The video game, pink eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that, because I think basic Vive kits go for $600, $700 now. I think, and the Oculus Rift is even cheaper. And there was another VR kit that was even cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's just sort of like, I don't know, going forward. VR, I don't think will be huge on consoles until it is ultra cheap and affordable to make and doesn't take a shit ton of development time, and games come out that actually really support the VR.
Well, Oculus are bringing out a version called the Oculus Quest, which is completely wireless, doesn't need a computer or anything.
Yeah.
And it's got stuff like Beat Saber and big games like that running on it.
Right.
Which if they get that at the right price, that's when it becomes really accessible. You don't need a PlayStation, you don't need a computer. But I guess with Nintendo though, they're obviously not competing with this at all.
No.
It's like the Google Cardboard and the stuff Samsung's doing.
But that's where I'm sort of getting at as well, is if I'm spending in the hundreds of dollars, I would rather just go for the big guns and really get the true VR experience where people are developing it all the time on PC. You're getting all these different experiences and stuff like that, rather than just a handful on PlayStation. Or a cheap piece of cardboard that's going to give you a familiarity to the VR experience. Because if there's anything that's going to make me buy VR, it's picking up probably the cheapest piece of VR I can find, which is this or the Samsung,
the Gear,
Gear, something like that, and then trying it out that way, and then going, actually, I'm kind of interested, and then moving on. But of course, I don't really give a shit about VR on my phone. I don't want to watch Pornhub in VR. I don't really give a crap. Yeah.
Bryce, this
I'm really with it.
Bryce, take a seat, mate. You're a filthy liar for saying that.
No, I'm good, thanks. I don't need it attached to my face. But I would like to play something like Breath of the Wild and just see its prettiness for $60. instead of playing Beat Saber for nearly $500, and then only having a hand. The problem with the VR selection on console, every console that supports VR, so PlayStation and Nintendo at this point, is very shallow, in my opinion. Like, in comparison to all the shit that I see played on PC. So
well, I think PlayStation have a great amount of exclusive stuff coming to their VR stuff. They got like there's a game here, Blood and Truth, which they showed in the recent. I'll just call it direct. I forgot what the state of play,
right.
And that looks great. That was developed by one of their London studios, which is it's basically like a longer version of a heist, which was in the VR worlds, and it looks really fun. It looks great. Like and PlayStation doing a lot there. But I just think a lot of people are missing the point. I think even this conversation here is missing the point of what this VR is. This isn't like put it up to your face and you're like, oh, I'm immersed, I'm in this world. This is for your kids to be like, I'm going to build a gun, then I'm going to put it up to my face, shoot some things, and that's it.
That's what the thing is I just want to see what it looks like and get a general perspective on VR. I've never put on a VR headset.
Never. I've my one experience with it was at PAX a couple of years ago, the year before you went. I think it was on a Oculus or whatever, and it's on. Well, I was on a treadmill, like a 360 treadmill, and you've got a gun, and I was basically running around a basketball stadium just shooting enemies coming at me. I don't think you could die. I think it was just like for the feeling of it.
Yep.
But it was pretty cool. Like actually, like you could sort of like see in the distance, and like you're holding your gun up, and you're actually aiming. Like it actually feels. It's not just like sticks, and you're actually like trying to line up. You close one eye because it's in a 3D environment, and you pop it off. It felt pretty cool. It was pretty blurry because like I'm, moving up and down, running.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the actual moving put too much of the experience into it. I think if I was just like using a stick on top of the controller, I think that would have been fine.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I
just want the general perception of VR. That's all I'm saying. Like, I know I'm not going to be able to wave around and play Beat Saber on this fucking piece of cardboard, but I just want to see what it looks like. If I'm interested, then I'll go, hey, I'm going to buy up.
Because your PC, you'll be able to run an Oculus or...
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Without any question of a doubt. And like some of the shit that you can do on PC VR is nuts. You can get trackers for just about every single part of your body. No. Like you look on VR chat.
I can imagine, because at the moment your computer's in the kitchen because you just had your son and he's taken up your like gaming room. So you're just in the middle of the kitchen on your PC with this Vive on or Oculus on, just like
tripping over the table every time.
Or you'll be at the kitchen table just with the Labo VR held up to your face, just like your daughter will come up like, "What's going on?" It's like you like accidentally
virtual reality.
You'll accidentally knock her over with your elbow when you're just like waving your thing around.
But yeah, no, just with all the little extra attachments and stuff like that you can get for Vive, it's incredible what people are doing in VR just as players, let alone.
Yeah.
Like VR chat, you've got people that they run like personalized dance clubs and shit in VR, and it's really neat. Yeah. Like it's friggin' amazing how much you can track with just like an ankle bracelet and stuff like that. Stuff that you can't get on PlayStation at the moment.
Do you see Nintendo taking a bit more of a serious approach to VR in the future? No.
Look, a lot of people are kind of like, oh, VR's the future, and you see it in just about every single social aspect. You see it in, movies or hell, anime or TV shows or something like that. There's always like, it's a VR MMO or the world is VR and
Sword Art Online.
Yeah, like it's going to take a very long time, if at all, for that to ever become the norm of actual gaming. You would need a whole new generation of players who know nothing but VR as video games.
Yeah. I don't think it'll ever take over, but I think it's definitely going to become a pillar.
Oh, it'll become a pillar.
Because
but they need to work on it.
Even if, say, every single game was VR, you're not going to come home from work or, quickly play a game if you've got to put on your headset and like block everyone else out every single time.
Let's assume that in the future VR becomes basically what it is in SAO.
Yeah.
It's like you're disconnected from everything else in the world around you, your brain's jacked into the headset. That's the way you're operating, doing things, whatever. Let's say that becomes the norm. that's never going to be a safe norm, no matter what way you put it.
No.
You know? I mean...
As they've shown.
As they've shown. But, like, it's just... The problem is if you want a true VR experience, you're never going to be able to actually get out of the real world. You would have to be like... You know,
you can try.
Okay, you were running around on a platform that probably costs $5,000 to make to simulate you running with a gun that I assume was probably like a decent gun, decently made.
I can't really remember because I couldn't see it.
couple $100 there. Then you've got the VR set that would have cost well over $1,000 at the time. You know,
it would have been crazy expensive. That's why they have it there.
A high-end PC that you would need so much money to have a set up like that at home. And it would take up so much space. It is not convenient for gaming whatsoever. Even the PSVR or the Vive or the Oculus or whatever at the moment alone is not particularly space friendly. You have to have a room pretty much dedicated to it to make sure you don't smack anything.
Yeah, like with the PSVR, it's got its own box which needs to be plugged into like multiple USB points. Then like you got the cable running across, you know, to your couch or wherever you're sitting. Yep. So it's not very elegant necessarily.
No. You know, it has to go full wireless and it has to be able to track just about everything with very simple. Because even with the Vive, it's like, hey, here's a pole in 4 corners of the room, and then if you want to do the leg tracking, you got to put on all this shit, like your ankle bracelets and your wristbands and
your bungee cord,
and you know, it's just all
that'd be pretty cool.
It's a very very expensive experience to invest into.
So are you interested in getting the $60 starter pack?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's something basic like that. I'm happy to invest in, and if I'm really interested in VR, I'll go the full mile and buy a decent kit for the PC. But there is no real mid-range, in my opinion, in VR. You either pay for the best or pay for the basic entry experience. And I would love to check out Zelda in a VR sort of situation. I know I'm not going to be looking through the eyes of Link or something like that, but I would like the base of experience of what I would be looking at in VR, just so I know exactly what I'm buying into.
I'm just curious to see, like, how does Nintendo handle it with, you know, a very basic setup on a system that probably wasn't, you know, VR wasn't thought about when they were making the Switch.
Well, this is why it's so inexpensive, because there's just no point in, you know, trying to dish out a kit that nobody's going to buy because it's so stupidly expensive. And I mean, PSVR fits that niche for me. Niche, whatever you want to call it. Nicky.
Nicole.
Nicole.
Fits your Nicole.
It doesn't fits my Nicole. Jesus. It doesn't really fit that for me. And if you're into it and you're really into it, like, say, Buddy is.
Yeah, Buddy, Dylan.
He's really... Yeah, Buddy and Dylan. Exactly, yeah. They're both really into their VR.
Look, I'm just frothing at the mouth to play Beat Saber. I
want to play Beat Saber too, but I don't want to play it that bad that I want to spend that much money just to play Beat Saber.
Oh, yeah, I've been close, but yeah.
It's like, can't you just like make it so that I can mod my Wiimotes and then buy a cheap headset and then I can play Beat Saber? They're not going to do that because I want you to buy the full fucking thing.
Mod your Wiimotes? No, I don't know about that.
I'll find Wii with Wiimote pluses.
Yeah, I don't know. Still pushing it, but
I don't know. It's just a case of that. Like, realistically, you could have done something similar to Beat Saber on a Wii ages ago. In my opinion, like it's not the most revolutionary thing ever. It's just added in the VR functionality. So. It's a wonder why we never got anything like it ages ago, because of motion control. Like, motion control was a massive, like, breakthrough in video gaming, obviously, because it's used in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's only now where the systems have been powerful enough to actually push it. Like, the graphics on the PlayStation VR, like, it's down, like, quite a bit just for how much processing it needs to do for like both eyes and make 3D and all that.
Yeah, and that's why it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
So yeah, Labo VR launches this week, and we might give it a go. Tell you what, I'll buy it. You fold it. I'm not interested.
My kid tips milk on it. And
oh, then you've just got you've got this. The outside's just like soggy and whatever. You're just like holding. Oh no. That's the thing, like you're sweating, like you're doing intense Zelda battle, right? You got Link, you're versing maybe Ganon at the very end, you're sweating, and by the end of it, it's just like...
it's just sunk right into your face. You're like laying down with it on because it's so hard to sort of just sit up and hold it to your face all the time. And then it just eventually sinks down in your face because all it is drenched in sweat. Oh,
delicious. This is an interesting story, Bryce. So, Wolfenstein Youngblood is coming to Switch July 26th.
Fantastic.
And it's actually on Amazon. They've confirmed that the game does not come with a game card. It's just a download code. Yeah, so it's a bit weird. So they're just selling a case with a download code.
Oh, I just really hate that. Oh my god!
Because a lot of publishers and developers you've seen in the past, they put the games on the smaller cards, the 16 gig cards, rather than upgrade or pay more for the 32 gig cards, and you have to download the rest of the game. But this one we're seeing, it's just like, I just download the whole thing. Just download the whole thing, please. We don't want to have to pay for... We only want to pay for the plastic and the piece of paper in the middle.
Yeah, they won't get my money then. Oh, I was just thinking this today because I saw an advertisement for EB Games pre-orders of Final Fantasy X and X-2, and I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I'd like to own that. But then they have that really goddamn ugly strip of white on the top of the case.
Yeah, because even if it was like, yeah, I'll download the second game, that's fine. But you still want a nice case.
Yeah, I want a nice case, not a giant white strip on it.
Mm.
Oh,
I get why they do it because make it stand out so parents go, oh, okay, you do have to download stuff. All right, good to know. Maybe I'll update it before I give it to Jimmy. Or
can't the norm just be like the clerk has to go, like the clerk has to warn you and be like, hey, this is what the thing is with this game.
Maybe, but not every place is going to have a clerk. It's going to be like Target and stuff where people have no idea, about the system or stuff like that, so they can't tell you. But maybe like
that white strip. Oh, it's ugly. Oh, I hate it so much.
See, I think it's really ugly, but it doesn't affect me because I don't buy my games. But I can imagine it
God,
would.
That makes you sound like the biggest pirate ever. I don't buy my games.
Oh, well, I do buy my games. I buy them digitally.
Yeah, I know you buy them digitally, but I like my physical collection. I hate that ugly white strip. It's the worst thing ever.
I can relate to like the 3DS Select Classics and stuff like that, where they just do like the box art real small, then like the rest is like a curtain, or even like back in the PlayStation days, and like how they do the classics, but it's all ugly looking.
Yeah. What about those big bulgy cases for third-party games?
Oh, the DS cases.
Ugh.
Well, what that is the European case.
It's still disgusting.
I know. So I remember I got Need for Speed, I forgot which one, on DS, probably the same year it launched, and it came in this hideous case. Like, because they've got the big thick cases because their instruction booklets were so thick because they included every language.
Yeah.
So they have thicker cases than over here and in the US, Japan, etc. But some of those cases they used here because they might have been a smaller publisher or whatever, and they just decided to buy that one lot of cases rather than actually do the different cases for different territories.
Yeah.
And that always annoyed me so much.
Yeah. It's still ugly though.
Yeah.
I don't care the reasoning behind it. It was still disgustingly bad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You see, like someone's like, "Oh, look at all my DS collection," and they're European. It's just like this big overweight wall of boxes. You're like, oh no.
Did that DS case eat another DS case?
Yeah, I think it did.
Oh god.
Because like here they were so nice. Like especially
they're nice.
Especially after the Game Boy Advance, then like you get this case where it's a hard case, it's got the instruction manual, you've got a little bit for your game card, and it even had like the bit for the Game Boy Advance games at the top.
Yeah.
And that was really weird. Like thinking back, it's like that's really handy because I like kept some of my games in there.
But it's still really strange
because I'd go to friends' places and you'll take like a handful of cases with you.
Yeah.
Because I always kept them in the cases rather than just in my normal DS case.
Yeah.
Because I can lose them that way.
Yeah.
Right. So I bought Skyrim on game card because I forgot why. I think it's because it's a bit bigger. So I'm like, I'll just get it on card and it'll live in my Switch. and I've lost it. I can't find it. So, like, one of my only games I've actually bought physically, I'm like, I don't know where it is.
Oh my god!
And I want to play it too. I think I only literally...
I looked at it so many times there and just like, are you ever actually going to play Skyrim?
Well, I bought it and I've lost it. I don't know where the card is.
I kind of want to buy Skyrim again, to be honest with you. I just haven't gone around to it.
Not going to get it on Amazon Alexa instead?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
did you hear this rumor last week, Bryce, where Best Buy apparently leaked Metroid Prime Trilogy,
yeah,
Persona for Switch, and A Link to the Past?
The way I found out about this is somebody reposted an old guest of ours, Stealth, his Twitter comments on it. And I'll be honest with you, sounds like a load of fucking made up bullshit to me.
Yeah, no, it's rubbish.
HD Wind Waker and HD Twilight Princess coming to the Switch with Metroid Prime Trilogy. It's just like the games that everybody wants.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's any merit to it. I think it is someone just going, oh, Metroid Prime Trilogy, I'll put it in the system for when it probably eventually comes through. Same with Persona. A Link to the Past, if people are thinking A Link to the Past is getting remade or maybe just the same game on a game card, released in the same year they're remaking A Link's Awakening, not going to happen.
No.
Not going to happen.
No. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. It really is all bullshit. I have no doubt that some of these games will probably come to true light.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like Persona.
Yeah. But we had the announcement, or do you call it an announcement? But basically, Atlas have confirmed they're doing a countdown until was it the
25th of April
or 25th of April? That for Persona 5S.
Yeah.
So there is some merit to maybe thinking that's going to be a Switch port.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But on their system, it was called Persona 5 for Switch. If there was if they knew it, if that was in the system ready to go for pre-orders, it would have been called Persona 5S.
Yeah.
They wouldn't call it for Switch.
No.
Yeah. Talking about that rumor, Bryce, Persona 5, well, not rumor, but the game that's going to be announced at the end of this month, do you think it's going to be a Switch port, or do you reckon it's going to be Persona 5 Stadium and be a new fighting game or something?
Yeah. Well, no, they won't do that. No. I reckon...
well, if that is the game they've got in the works they're planning on announcing and releasing, they're going to be sweating because everyone's expecting it for Switch now. So,
well, look, it's just kind of a case of I feel like it has to come to Switch. It doesn't really have any other thing, I guess. They've just released the dancing games for 3 and 5 because 3 never got one. He had P4 Arena that sort of tried to do P3 as well, I'm pretty sure. So they fit the 2 Arena games in there. Persona 5 doesn't have an Arena, so it could be a possibility. But I just think that I don't know. I just think it's a bit of a no-brainer to move that game to the Switch. And I think that day is going to be a big, hey, Persona 5 is coming to Switch. Also, Joker's out right now.
Yeah, I think that will be the case, and I hope that's the case. That'll be really exciting to be able to have Joker in Smash and have that announcement, knowing that his game is coming to the Switch.
Yep.
Also, we were talking last week about PlayStation might have exclusive rights or have a deal or something to keep the game on PlayStation, and with Persona 5. The Royal coming to PlayStation, maybe that content won't be coming to the Switch port, and that's their way of being all right, we've still got the definitive...
The definitive edition. And you know what? Fine, yeah. I don't give a shit.
And that's an interesting question when I ask people like yourself, Dash, and that. Dash has been playing the game through multiple times trying to get the Platinum Trophy and that. And he seems super excited for the Switch version, but... Would you keep playing on PlayStation because you can get that extra content? You can keep going for that trophy.
I'll play it for the extra content, but I won't.
Say they came out the same day, so you can play Persona 5 again on your Switch, or you can be I'm going to play it a bit differently on this new version, which is released for PS4.
There,
you wouldn't.
Just buy it on Switch. That's the thing for me is the idea of having new Persona 5 content is interesting, But does it mean that I want to pay the $35 or something and then get that over the Switch version? No, not really. I just like to play Persona 5 again, as it was made, to be honest with you. That game is really good, and I've only finished it once.
But like, I guess also the thing against that as well, like this new female character is included in the data for Smash Brothers.
Possibly,
yeah. But that would indicate that maybe that content is in the Switch version, or
yeah, it kind of seems silly if it wasn't. Look, like I understand that Persona 5, the Royal, had the PlayStation logo and all that shit on it and did that whole thing, but something to consider is Persona 5 the Royal supposed to be a DLC? Because if it is a DLC and it's not a re-release of the game with the extra content, that doesn't mean it can't come to Switch in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it's like how PlayStation logos splashed on Call of Duty games. It's like they're not exclusive to PlayStation. They're just primarily
they've written the checks.
Yeah, they've written the checks for that content.
And maybe even Atlas or the developers of Persona 5 want you to play through Persona 5 normally, and then they might decide like, oh, well, we'll release the content when most people would be done with the base game.
Absolutely.
As well. So maybe it won't make sense to release it at the start with the extra content, because they want people to experience the game, then come back to it again for like different challenges and different characters and interactions and all that stuff.
Yeah. And that's the way it should be. I'm good with that. Let's just, I'm just going to say it at that. Just leave it a bit. Oh my God, today.
Yeah, so it's been a long one.
Oh, long weekend.
I've just played soccer and
ready to die.
It's just so frustrating. Like our referee was bloody awful. I could go on for ages about our league. I tell you what, the referees are shocking. Anyway,
this is not the soccer podcast. Moving on.
It's like shocking. Soccer player complains about referee. Bryce, this might surprise you, or it might not, or you might just not give a poop. I might vote on the later of that one. But Pokemon Go revenue reaches $2.5 billion worldwide. So that's a lot of money, Bryce. That's a bit of cash.
I guess, yeah.
And Daniel Ahmed on Twitter, he's put up a tweet saying, a quick comparison for fun. So Sun and Moon have made 650 million. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have made 350 million. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee has made 600 million. So that's a total of $1.6 billion. And Pokemon Go, as of, or came out in June 2016, is based around 2.5 million, which isn't surprising because...
Billion.
Yes, billion. Yeah. See, I can't even comprehend $1 billion.
But Pokemon Go is free, and it's tempting to buy small transactions. So it's not... Yeah, it's that, and it's like, hey, I want to buy these small and this is something I discovered recently that's actually really dangerous for my wallet, is that when you're on a plan on a mobile phone, you can just charge it to your bill.
Ooh.
So how many of those people are just going, oh, well, I don't have the money in a wallet, it's okay, I'll just charge it to my bill and pay it next month.
You're going for a jog, you're like, shit, I need some balls. You're just like,
yeah, you charge it to your bill. You got no money, didn't get paid this week, lost it all on heroin. Put the balls on my bill.
Put the balls on my bill.
But that's it. Like, that's how they earn all their money, is quick, small microtransactions like that just rack up.
So are you saying Pokemon Go and Niantic are mean little men? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'll be honest, most companies that run mobile games are evil little men. Ooh. That includes Nintendo at times.
Well,
especially after the last Fair Channel update, that was... Oh boy.
That suck you in?
No, it's just like you've got all these units from like the classic book and stuff like that, and they're kind of just like, that's good and everything. I mean, I've got them, so doesn't matter. I don't have all of the old classic units, but I've got most of them.
You're talking about Dragalia now, aren't you?
No.
What are you talking about?
Fair. Fire Emblem Heroes.
No, okay.
Fair.
You just said fair. I didn't know if you were just saying,
How much Nintendo news do you honestly keep updated with when you didn't know that Fire Emblem Heroes literally has its own directs? It no shit has its own directs to keep people updated with news.
Yeah, well, I don't keep updated with Fire Emblem Heroes.
Oh, well...
You do? You're the expert?
Check your Twitter, you dingus.
Oh.
They post about it.
No, I don't follow them.
No, Nintendo does. They post about it.
Oh, good on them.
Like, there's a new Fair channel up.
You know what, Bryce? I have my likes, I have my dislikes, right? And that fits into none of them, okay?
Anyway, yeah, they made a bunch of controversial changes that everybody was really pissed off about. That included removing some, demoting some adventurers down to 4 and 3 star at a base, and removing a whole bunch of Book 1 5 stars from the summoning pool. So people are kind of mad because it was like some of the best ways to get off skills that you needed for some of your characters. So yeah, you know, when you spend microtransaction money to get characters like that, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and yeah, I mean, they don't physically take the units away from you if you've got them, but it's like, when you start spending microtransactions on a game, that's where it sort of becomes shifty when they make decisions like that. I
remember back in my day, and all I used to do on my phone was ring my mum, and that's it.
yeah, it sounds about right. It sounds like all you really do around this time with your phone.
Ring my mum. Hey, mum, how you going? She's like, stop ringing me!
This is the 50th time today. Just play a mobile game. Like Nintendo's hit Super Mario Run.
So that's a good one. No microtransactions, just pay the one fee.
Yeah, which is great, but not every mobile game can survive off that. Yeah. Nintendo went back on their word pretty quickly on that one anyway.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
We don't really want games to have microtransactions. We just want mobile experiences you pay for. Well, no. Fire Emblem Heroes and Dragalia lost say otherwise.
Actually, just on the topic of mobile games, I've been thinking about this. So, Apple announced Apple Arcade a few weeks ago at their basically services announcement.
Cool.
They announced all that stuff, and they're bringing games to it for like basically a subscription fee. You can play 100 plus games for free, and they're bringing stuff that's a bit more, I guess, more like created.
Yep.
I was just thinking, like, if Nintendo were to bring stuff to that, where they could like not worry about having to, I guess, monetize it and get people in the door. Like, I think that Nintendo just wants it to the biggest audience possible.
Yeah.
So free out there, you can pay for it if you want, type of thing.
Yep.
But it would be interesting if they would bring something to it where it's a bit more of a experience rather than
right. Yeah. I don't know. The stance at the moment to me is kind of like they went off their original road of like, hey, you can pay for this and then whatever. They went off their stance on that, but with Fire Emblem Heroes and Dragalia, for the most part, they're pretty generous in handing out premium currency. Like, I just seem to get chucked it all the time.
Yeah.
So it seems like, because Psy Games, especially, who made Dragalia, lost, their games in the past are, notoriously gacha heavy, as most of the mobile gaming market was for a while. But Nintendo obviously had a bigger hand in this, and they were kind of just like, don't be skimpy, please, just...
For the love of God.
Yeah, don't be skimpy. Give players the stuff. They're paying money as it is. By the time they've paid, what have I spent on Dragalia? Like maybe $100, and that's probably, not much more than I'll ever spend on it, because I don't have to pay for gacha at all. It's too expensive to pay for gacha anyway.
Yeah.
So. I think they're kind of just like, by the time we've got $100 out of it, it's paid for the value of the game. Leave it at that, which is great. I think that's fantastic, because I've played gacha games where you could spend $250 and get absolute fuck all for your time. Can't say Fire Emblem Heroes. With Fire Emblem Heroes could last you forever. Like, it lasts a very long time, especially now that 3 books are out, and you can just sort of keep earning the premium currency until you've finished all 3 difficulties. But when you run dry of that, you don't get rewarded very often with free stuff. if that makes sense. But Dragalia is the complete opposite. I seem to get premium currency chucked at me for anything. It's like, oops, there was a bug in the game. Here, have premium currency. Like, oops, there was a bug in Yuden's shoe. Here, have premium currency. Like, it seems really good about that. And from what I hear, Nintendo are still trying to be even more generous than what they're currently being with the premium currency. Because, yeah, to be honest, when you're getting a new IP off the floor, especially like Fire Emblem Heroes is actually operating at a higher profit than what Dragalia lost is by about a couple 100,000 or something like that, maybe a bit more than that. So it is actually pretty successful.
Dragalia lost. That's pretty impressive for a new IP just on the mobile platform as well.
It's doing well for what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to love about Dragalia, but it's sort of like when you're trying to get something like that off the floor and into the air and get it in the sights of everyone, you don't really want to be the money hungry giant. You want to be the BFG, the big friendly giant.
Yeah, just like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Big friendly giant.
So it's just sort of the case of like, I guess Nintendo are being alright about their mobile games at the moment, but they certainly didn't follow their original plan.
Yeah. All right, Bryce. I think that ends us to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we say sayonara?
No, it's been a really, really dry week in terms of news, opinions on certain things, etc.
It's been one of those weeks too where, like I said towards the start of the show, this is the time of year where it's just...
Oh, yeah, it's heavy-handed for you, yeah.
Grind for me at work, and I this week I did plan to like have a more in-depth discussion about Yoshi, but I just haven't had the time to pick it up.
Yeah.
And like that's the most chill game you could possibly pick up, and I still haven't found the way to pick it up. So
I've been the same the last 3 or 4 days as well, so it's okay, I understand. Yeah, the last 3 or 4 days have been pretty heavy.
I do want to apologise too, just for the lack of skits for the last, I think this is like the 4th one I've had a skit. I just like, when I sit down to edit it late at night, like I just don't have the time or energy.
Yeah, we need to reschedule. Like, not our recording time so much, but like in what order we do things.
Yeah, we need to work out a way of organisation.
Yeah, whether it be like we do the podcast one night, don't worry about the skit, and then the next night or something like that, we just call each other and do a quick skit of some kind, and then we just slap it together, or whether we just shift up management duties on who's doing editing when. And
maybe we can get you to do a skit for the next like month or so while I'm busy, and I'll edit the podcast. Just discuss it live. Our fucking...
I don't know. We'll figure it out anyway. We'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah. After I go to the toilet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just so you needed to know. Anyway. Cool.
Been holding that in that all show, have you?
Pretty much.
Nice. Everyone, thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario episode 91. You can find us. You can find us.
You can find at us.
You can find us on Twitter. I'm at iDruby. Bryce is at IV.
That's me. That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
And you can find the show at the House of Mario. If you enjoyed what you've heard, subscribe on podcast services.
Big juicy 5-star ratings.
Yes, the juiciest one, like a big steak that's undercooked, and you just bite into it anyway, you know?
Yep. Blood just comes out everywhere.
Yeah, and of course, we are part of the 8-Bit Collective. Check out everyone's podcast and stuff over there. Please, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Support content creators. Yo. If PewDiePie hasn't taught you enough.
And he's back. He's back, baby.
He's back, baby. He's back. We talked about it last week.
Well, we talked about it like just before he took
it
back
bang.
over.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
Yeah. And then he's absolutely smashed them. I haven't checked sub count in a day or two, so I'm interested to see now.
Yeah.
So I'll check that too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
guys, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Later.